From the 1960s into the 21st century, the federal government and states sought ways to expand the franchise to new groups of voters and to make voting easier. That trend has reversed in recent years, at least in GOP-controlled states, with many new restrictions enacted on voting, such as photo identification and other requirements. Some states are making it easier to register to vote, though either automatic voting registration systems or online registration. The partisan nature of voting laws reflects the political polarization of the age. Most people vote strictly for one party or the other, with supporters sorted by factors such as race and geography. Sophisticated campaigns are tapping into even more powerful databases to target their supporters and tailor messages meant to appeal to them. Americans hold many elections, but most voters aren't turning out for most of the ones that don't involve the presidential race. Turnout for standalone municipal elections is particularly poor. Voter turnout rates vary considerably by state. In general, voters along the border with Canada are the likeliest to vote, with Southerners among the least likely. States regulate elections, which means that the rules for primaries and other election-related matters, such as voter registration, can vary a great deal by states. The rules regarding ballot access largely favor the two major parties. Americans can start voting at age 18, but some states allow people to vote in primaries at 17 if they will turn 18 in time for the general election. A few localities are experimenting with allowing 16-year-olds to vote in municipal elections. Voters can make policy directly through ballot measures. Some measures are put on the ballot by legislators, but in nearly half of the states, citizens can put initiatives on the ballot by collecting enough signatures. There is no perfect way for politicians to keep abreast of public opinion, but they do all they can to know where voters stand on issues by making constant public appearances and monitoring social media. The amount of influence parties have over American politics ebbs and flows over time. For more than 150 years, American political parties have been dominated by two main parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. Candidates and voters have grown more independent of parties in recent decades, but parties remain important organizing forces and give shape to debates. The two national parties are agglomerations of state parties, the effectiveness of which varies by state. Parties are regulated by states, but for the most part, not too strictly. The ability of parties to ensure loyalty by doling out jobs through patronage has diminished greatly since the first half of the 20th century. It is an exaggeration to argue that states can be divided neatly into Republicans and the Democratic blue jurisdictions, but one party or the other now tends to have a major advantage in both states. In recent years, the primacy of parties has been challenged by PACs and other outsized groups that are pumping large amounts of money into the political system. Generally speaking, attempts to limit the influence of money in politics has ended in failure. Interest groups such as corporations and unions, as well as individuals concerned with particular issues, make their political desires known not only through campaign contributions, but also through efforts to lobby legislators and executive branch agencies.